And there's something very deranged in the mind of the far left in this country where I really do think that they feel more of a sense of compassion for illegal aliens who have no right to be in this country than they do their fellow citizens. And that really has to change. And, when
total straw man, complete and utter straw man. It's not a competition, dude. Why does it have to be comparative? Why do you have to be concerned that people feel more compassion about one group than another group of people? Nobody has ever said this. Find me one leftist who says, I care more about illegal immigrants than I care about American citizens. You will not find one. This is a complete straw man. It's being used for divide and conquer purposes, and it's also being used to inspire jealousy in Americans, to make them angry about illegal immigrants, get them riled up, get them in support of mass deportation, make them feel insecure, which tends to make people want to vote for people like J.D. Vance.
When Selena Gomez had her viral moment, and of course there were a lot of other celebrities who weighed in, I had people sending me photos of little kids, sometimes kids the same age as my little children. We've got, of course, a 7-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 3-year-old.
It was a great scene, by the way. When
Thank you.
Your son's playing with your hair.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But kids similar age to my children who were murdered by criminal aliens in the United States of America.
Those criminal aliens, or whatever you want to call them, are terrible people. They're terrible people. It doesn't undermine the fact that we should have compassion for all people unless they do something to change that, basically. We shouldn't have compassion for violent criminals and child killers, but if people are having their lives ruined due to deportations and they're being separated from their families, they're losing their ability to care for themselves and their families, and they're potentially being killed, being sent to Guantanamo Bay, we should have compassion for them because they didn't do anything wrong. They were just existing. And then you came along and started terrorizing and torturing them. So, no, you will not be using criminal, illegal aliens, or whatever you want to call them, to justify any sort of horrors against non-American citizens.
And as an American leader, but also just as an American citizen, your compassion belongs first to your fellow citizens. It doesn't mean you...
Nobody has ever said otherwise. Nobody has ever said that your compassion should not be with your fellow American citizens. Secondly, why does it have to be a competition? Why are you concerned that people don't care about American citizens most? Like, nobody has ever said, I care about French citizens more than American citizens, than Vietnamese citizens more than American citizens. This isn't happening, dude. This is an epidemic that exists only in your own mind. And it's a straw man, again.
Hate people from outside of your own borders. But there's this old school, and I think it's a very Christian concept, by the way, that you love your family, and then you love your neighbor, and then you love your community, and then you love your fellow citizens in your own country. And then after that, you can focus and prioritize the rest of the world. A lot of the far left.
Why does everything have to be about hierarchy? This is so insane, and it's something that's so pervasive on the far right. It always has to be about hierarchy. These people come first, these people come second, these people come third. Dude, it's not all competition. Sometimes decency and compassion are universal principles that we should extend to everyone. We don't need to focus on prioritizing certain people. And again, I mean, this is all part of the whole thing about like, oh, they hate American citizens and they love illegals. Like, dude, nobody is saying otherwise. Nobody is prioritizing non-Americans over Americans. It isn't a thing that happens. There are no Democrats out there saying we should prioritize non-Americans over Americans. It's a colossal straw man, JD.
Left has completely inverted that. They seem to hate the citizens of their own country and care more about people outside their own borders. That is no way to run a society. And I think the profound difference.
Nobody is saying they hate people in their own country solely based on the fact that they're in their own country. People might hate people within their own country for other reasons, like that they cheated on them, that they assaulted them, whatever, they killed someone, they committed terrorism, they posted racist vitriol online. A whole host of reasons, but nobody just hates people by virtue of the fact that they're in the same country as them. And nobody loves people just by virtue of the fact that they're not in their country. This is ridiculous.
That Donald Trump brings to the leadership of this country is the simple concept, America first. It doesn't mean you hate anybody else.
Find me any Democrat who has ever campaigned on the idea of America last. Who has ever said, we should not put America first? That's a very bad idea. It's racist. You won't find Obama, Biden, or Harris, or Hillary Clinton, or whatever saying that. No, this is a straw man, dude. You're in a fight with an opponent who doesn't even exist.
It means that you have leadership, and President Trump has been very clear about this, that puts the interests of American citizens first. In the same way that the British Prime Minister should care about Brits and the French should.
Okay, nobody ever said that, oh, we should put the interests of other nations first. This is a really old talking point whenever right-wingers see that people from other countries are getting any sort of benefit from the United States. In this case, he seems to mostly be focusing on immigration, but we could also apply that to the Ukraine war thing. Right-wingers mad about us sending tax dollars to help Ukraine because Ukraine was invaded by Russia. Well, again, they were invaded. They're our ally. We stand up for them, plain and simple. It doesn't mean that we deprioritize Americans. And also, let's think about this. J.D. Vance claims he cares about Americans, and yet he voted against the child tax credit. Yet he does not support universal health care, raising wages, none of that stuff. He's very anti-union, received a 0% score from AFL-CIO. So yeah, the guy does not care about working class people at all. He cares about his rich buddies. So yeah, we will not be taking any lectures from J.D. Vance on the hierarchy of people we're supposed to care about or about caring about people in general, because the guy does not care about anyone other than his class of elites, basically, which is ironic because he claims he's at war against the elites. Let me know what you think in the comments below. As always, please like, comment, or subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. This has been the More is the Merrier, and I look forward to speaking to you in my next video.